Hey everybody, this is Brother Milan again with the YouTube channel Clad with Zeal, and thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe if you have already not done so. And just a quick announcement before I get into what the video is about is that I'm just letting everyone know that my family and I will be attending Faith 4 Baptist Church in Tempe, Arizona on December 23rd for the Sunday morning and Sunday evening service. We're also going to try and go soul winning during those times as well if it's available. And we'll also be there for the following Wednesday night service as well. So we're really looking forward to that. This is the first time my entire family will be able to get together to go to that church. And obviously we're from the satellite church, so we really look forward to seeing those that have came over and visited us and that kind of thing. So if you guys are watching and you go there and you've never met us, I would love to meet you guys. It would be awesome to have some fellowship down there. So just leave a comment, or you can try and get in touch with me. We're going to have a great time down there, so we're really looking forward to that. Now, the second thing I wanted to go over, what is the crux of what I'm talking about today, is having a plan for 2019, and more specifically, what Christians should be planning for 2019. Now, the most important thing, I think, is getting a Bible reading schedule. Now, I've had many failed attempts in the past because I haven't had an outline to work off of, or I haven't had anything to check off, and you can get distracted very easily if you do not have a goal set in mind for the year. Now, this is going to be different than your typical one-year reading plan, and I actually developed a plan that I want to share with you guys to see if you want to take the challenge with me. And I'll try and leave a link in the description and figure out how I can add that to this video so you guys can work on this with me as well. So basically the way I developed this, in this plan I'm going to show you guys, the plan is called These Three Are One Bible Reading Schedule. And the reason I named it that is because the whole goal is to get through the Bible 3 times in 1 year. And this is going to be a challenge, so maybe this wouldn't be the best idea for a first-time Bible reader. This is going to be something that's a little bit more of an advanced feat to accomplish. Now, I'm not saying that you can't do it if you feel ambitious enough and you have a lot of time on your hands. Let's say that you're a single guy and you're working 40 hours a week. This should be very doable if you don't have any other obligations besides that. Now, obviously, this is going to be a challenge for myself as well. I've never done it 3 times in a year, so for me, this is going to be, you're going to have to move some things around in your schedule. You're going to have to set aside some time, and you're going to have to eliminate a lot of distractions, including your cell phone, the internet, and social media alike, because this is going to take a lot of time to accomplish, and it's going to be something you have to be dedicated to. So you can't be goofing off and expect to get this done. So the way this works, because the reason I even developed this plan is because I was looking online and I noticed that there wasn't anything that really fit what I was looking for. I was thinking in my head, I was like, maybe I can do it 4 times in a year, but I was like, you know what, let me slow myself down. I kind of crunched the numbers and it looked like it could be too much for me to handle. So I didn't want to go that route. So I was like, okay, let's go for 3. And I didn't see any Bible reading plans that would do that. And not only that, but I have a specific order in the way I wanted to do this. So maybe this might be something you'll be interested in. But I'll give you day 1 example to kind of give you an idea of the template. So if you notice here, day 1 is Genesis 1 through 9, and you have Psalm 1 and 2. So the way this is going to work is basically those are your 2 sources of the Bible that you're going to be reading for that one day. So, but what it is basically on average is 9 chapters in sequential order from Genesis to Revelation, minus 4 poetic books that I basically chose. Obviously, some people would associate the book of Job as being a poetic book, which it does have that aspect to it. It's just that I felt it needed to be read through more if in a couple days than spread it out 2 chapters at a time. That's the way I like to read it, and if you want to change it up, I can try and make adjustments for you. But the only books that I chose for like the second set of the same day is going to be Psalm, Proverbs, Ecclesiastes, and Song of Solomon. So those will kind of be your like wisdom and edifying uplifting portions of Scripture. So the way I did this basically, or the way I want to do this for 2019, and maybe you can do the same thing, is break it up, because this is going to take approximately 105 days. And the nice thing about this plan is it leaves a little bit of room, a little bit of wiggle room, because if you add it up, obviously 105 days is not going to be the 365 that you're looking for. And that leaves about 50 days of open time. Now, you can do whatever you want with those 50 days. However, you should use those as best as you can as like backup days or cushion days. So if you get sick or something comes up, you can basically use those as catch-up days. Now, I know if you're really ambitious, you can use it for other things like, study time. Like you really want to study a specific chapter in the Bible and you really want to take your time and pick it apart, write notes. I might do that myself. But if you think about it, you basically almost have about 1 day a week out of the year. If you're consistently going through this plan and you're just trying to go, from one reading to the next reading to the third reading, it'll be about 1 day out of the week where you have an opportunity to skip or to do something else with your Bible reading time. But that's up to you. You got about 50 days to do that. So the way I want to break it up, because life can get busy, and when you're trying to dedicate all this time into the Bible, the best thing you could do is spread it out. Because for me, I can get distracted easy. I have a little baby. If she starts crying, I kind of have to put that to the side for a moment and then pick up where I left off. So the way I'm going to do it is when I wake up in the morning before I go to work, I'm going to read those poetic books. So for example, I'll read Psalm 1 and 2, and then I've got that out of the way. That's my encouragement for the day. That's my, that's a lot of spiritual meat in there, so I can get that to get my day started with my cup of coffee. And then we now have 9 chapters, let's say from Genesis, that I can do throughout the day. So the way I would do this is when I have my lunch break at work, I already have my lunch prepared, eat my lunch, and then try and knock out 3 to 4 chapters over that span of an hour, which is very doable. And it also eliminates me from having to have conversations with the worldly people at my secular job. So that's gonna leave with about 5, maybe 6 chapters when you get home. So as soon as I get home, I like to kind of do my daily routine, and then I prefer to stay up a little bit later to do my Bible reading, maybe around 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and then I could probably knock out the rest of those chapters within 30 to 45 minutes, depending on how fast of a reader you are. So this is very doable. Now, like I said, it's also a big feat, because you have to really be on top of it, and you got to be checking these off as you go. And I left enough space on this chart to where you can, check mark for one go, the second go, and the third go, and it keeps it all organized for you. You can keep this in a binder. I don't know if it's possible to download this onto an app where you can literally just check it off, but if you have any ideas behind that, you can go ahead and message me or leave a comment with any suggestions. But I'm really excited to try this. So if you guys want to try this with me, please let me know. Put those in the comment section, and I'd love to be an encouragement to you. If you want to separate it differently, if you are more of a person that just says, I want to just dedicate 1 hour or 90 minutes or whatever. I don't think it's going to take you 90 minutes to do this, but let's just say it takes you an hour to do this a day, and you're just a person that says, I'm just going to do it all in the 1 hour when I first wake up, or when I go to bed, or whenever you want to do it. By all means, you can do that. I just like to separate it out myself, because anything can happen with me at a drop of a hat, where something happens last minute, and I'd rather just have it broken up so I feel like I'm accomplishing things throughout the day. And this is going to be really fun, so if you guys want to try it, go for it. And even if you don't like this layout, you don't like this template, I still encourage you all to find a Bible reading plan for the year. At minimum, you should be doing 1 per year, and that's a lot more simplistic than this plan. And I really encourage you, if you haven't done it already, to do that for 2019. That should be your goal. But what I would say is get prepared now, because if you're not prepared by January 1st, you're not going to do it. And that's just the simple fact. So thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate that. And have a great day. And if I don't come back on this channel until after the New Year, I hope you guys have a great Christmas and a great New Year's. And we look forward to see you guys in Arizona if any of you are watching and are from there. And thank you guys so much for watching, and stay cloud with zeal.